Think of it Friday Eve. 3 minutes past 10 o'clock right now. We're at 63 degrees, looking for a high today of 78 in Payson. It's going to get a little toasty out there. But in the meantime, I've got some hot information for you this morning on KRIM's Community Spotlight. There's a special event that's going to be coming up in the middle of this next month over at Common Grounds there by Expedition Church. And they're going to be having a big spring market over there. And to tell us all about it, we have Ashley Morris. She's the manager of Common Grounds. And also Kayla Purcell with us. And first of all, ladies, thanks to both of you for coming in and being with us.
Thanks for having us.
Now, this is not your first rodeo, I guess is the easiest way to say this, if I understand correctly. Ashley, you've done this a few times, right?
Yeah, we've done the past 2 years in December. We've had a market.
Right. And so when you say market, I mean all kinds of different stuff, or what's the primary focus?
Yeah, so it's just a whole bunch of local vendors getting together to showcase what they have, and we just have had a really good time in the past. And this past December, a lot of my vendors had asked for a spring one, so we looked at the weather and thought it was a good time to do it. And
okay, and for people that aren't familiar, this is at the corner of, what is it, Colcord and Bonita? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And it'll be out in the parking lot there. And how many different vendors?
Right now we have 14.
And there's still room for a few more if somebody else wanted to come in. And these are all kinds of different products that people are making?
So we have Kayla. She has a clothing apparel line that she'll be there.
Wow.
We also have the Alm Blade sisters that specialize in watercolor and acrylic paints. We have Spumoni Leather is going to be there.
Spumoni Leather. I've never heard those two words used in the same sentence. That's interesting.
They're awesome ladies. They're so great, and their earrings and creations are really good. We also have a new sugar cookie artist in town that is going to have a booth there, so I'm super excited to meet her. It's a whole array. Roger from My Euro will be there with his food truck.
Wow.
Yeah, and we'll also have Alejandro was there this past December singing, and he's going to be there again.
Wow, very
this time around. Yeah.
Now, as far as talking for a moment here with Kayla Purcell, now Ashley mentioned that you have a clothing line. Tell us a little bit about what all that encompasses.
Yeah, so I design all of my own t-shirts, and then I screen print them and have them in stock, both online and down at the Arizona Wildflower and Gift Shop in the Swiss Village.
Oh, nice.
So anyone can feel free to go browse.
And are you wearing one of your pieces of work today?
Yeah, this
looks
is
really
my
nice.
newest design. It's Arizona Nightlife.
I love it.
It just features the pine trees, of course, for northern Arizona, and what it's like to be under the stars.
Gotta love it. All right, and so there'll be a lot of different things for everybody to enjoy, whether it's picking up some apparel, maybe some jewelry, or sugar cookies.
Sugar cookies.
You had me at sugar cookies.
I'm working my best to have my own booth there, so we'll see how that works, and I'll have different pastries and baked goods there as well.
Pastries.
We just have, we're really fortunate here in Payson to have so many talented people. And we definitely just wanted to showcase that, and it's not, for them, it's not a huge commitment of every weekend or anything like that. It's just like a one-time event. And we have, Jordan will be there with her digital art. Megan Sexton will be there with her clay earrings as well. Both of those girls they work at Common Grounds too. So yeah, there'll be 3 of us that work there that have a spot in the market.
And of course, Common Grounds will be open as well.
I believe so. Yeah.
No.
So you get a chance to, and if people haven't been in there, you got. When it comes to really good gourmet coffee and a bunch of other goodies to go along with it, you got the
yeah, I like to say that we're pretty awesome. No, we have we're doing lunches now Monday through Friday, so everything's homemade. So we've really I want to say the past year and a half we've really gotten to expand, and it's been great.
And you're doing lunches now. No, I didn't realize that. So tell us a little bit about because I think we all eat every day.
Because you're hungry.
I haven't even had breakfast yet. But what kind of things are on your lunch menu?
Oh, we have we have a rotating sandwich of the month. Right now it's chicken salad sandwich. We also have like a Southwest turkey, chicken pesto, caprese, an adult grilled cheese. We were doing soups every day. We're going to transition out of those and do like pasta salads and coleslaws.
Because
all homemade.
It is summer coming.
Because it's hot, yeah. We were going to call it this past week, and then, Jack Frost came back, and so we have soups this week, but starting next week we're going to transition out of those.
According to the National Weather Service, I hope you all enjoyed the cool weather for the past couple of days.
Yeah.
It's about to change.
It's going to come back for sure.
Well, very interesting. So that'll all be there. Now, you mentioned there's somebody with a food truck that does gyros?
Yeah,
So
Roger.
Greek food?
Yeah,
cool.
it's so good too. He was there this last December, and we have like little picnic tables and stuff out there too, so people can come grab lunch, walk around.
Right. Well, I think half the fun is just hanging out and seeing what everybody's got, and then doing a little, hobnobbing with everybody. And
Absolutely.
now, again, this is coming up when? Middle of this next month?
Yeah, May 15th, and it's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And that's a Saturday?
It is.
From 9 a.m. until 2 p.m.
Yes.
And so you want to, start thinking about that now. And likewise, if you are someone who, maybe does some kind of different craft or whatever at home, and you produce a product and you're thinking this might be an interesting opportunity to display your merchandise, this would be a great way to do it. So how many thousands of dollars does it take to get a booth at this?
It costs $60.
$60, that's
yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
not bad. We try to keep it affordable, and a lot of that money just goes back into promoting for the vendors and get their names and stuff out there.
You've been getting some pretty good crowds in the past for this?
Yeah, we've done, I think every single vendor has done decent at both of the previous events.
Right.
So,
Very cool.
yeah, it's really nice. We really enjoy it.
And a lot of times it seems like when it comes to these sort of things, it gets a little bit bigger and better every year, where you learn a little bit from what you did last year, whether it's in marketing or finding just the right mix of merchants and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Are you expecting this to blow away last year?
I am very optimistic about it. I'm excited. The December markets have been really good, and we've had a lot of good traction.
Right.
And luckily, we've had good weather both years. So we're hoping that with the nicer weather and it being warmed up, that we'll have even more people coming through and checking everybody
Very neat.
out. Yeah.
All right, so again, that's coming up in just a couple weeks on the 15th of May. That's a Saturday, and again from 9 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon, so you want to make sure you set aside some time right now. I just think it's really remarkable with these kind of things to see all of the different capabilities, all the different stuff that people bring to the table. I think some might consider it to be, let's see, down in Phoenix they used to call it park and swap, where people just come and get rid of junk that they don't want anymore, and that's not what this is all about. This is you're going to find some really neat new stuff that people have been working on, and a lot of these people are running businesses from their home.
Yeah. And I mean, this is everybody's own heart and soul put into it. Like, this isn't just something that they've collected. This is something that they put time into and making and designing, drawing, painting, crafting. This is a lot of their own hard work poured into this to sell and to showcase. So I think that speaks volumes, and that's really special too. To be able to have a piece, of something from someone that works so hard on it.
Definitely. And Kayla, we were talking a little bit before going on the air today of some of the software that you use to do some of the different graphic design work that you do. And I mean, just looking at your shirt, I can tell that you know what you're doing. I know a little bit about that stuff. How's business been for you, getting something up and running from scratch like that? There's got to be some interesting challenges.
It was definitely interesting, especially with COVID, because there wasn't a whole lot that you could
of all
go
the years,
out.
Of all the years to try and start
Start
that,
a
right?
business, of course, yeah. But very blessed with everything that's been happening, and the market was definitely a huge success for myself in December, and I think the community that it kind of brought was awesome, and I've just been steadily growing, and I'm loving it. It's awesome. Yep.
So you're keeping yourself busy.
Oh, absolutely.
Gotta love
Yep,
it.
absolutely.
Now, how many different pieces of apparel do you plan on having out on display at this?
So far I'm up to 160 different items as far as
so people are going to have to get there early
colors.
in order to get
Yes.
one of these, because they're going to go fast.
But I will also be taking orders as well. So
Very
if there's
cool.
something that we don't have at the market, I will be able to take those and we can get them shipped out to
Now,
you.
what about if somebody's got a, let me just pull a strange for instance out of the air. Say they, for some reason, they need a graphic done with a picture of an orangutan, swinging from a vine or something like that. I mean, do you ever get people to, challenge you to do something specific for their needs?
I do offer some of those services to select clientele. Of course.
Now, don't
I'm
expect a lot
always
of
open.
orangutans
Oh,
anyway.
right,
Yeah.
right. The orangutans might be definitely a push,
I
but
hear you.
no, I'm always open to working my creative mind and working for somebody else and
Very nice.
helping them out and getting them some awesome
And
calls,
it's got to be an interesting crowd to work with in general, Ashley, when it comes to all of these different, creative minds and everything. I mean, to me, anytime I've been together with groups like that, I just find it fascinating to see, where people's motivations have come from and
Yeah.
and the creativity, the creative juices that get unleashed. It's a bunch of fun just to be around those folks.
It is a lot of fun, and it's fun to kind of sit back because I usually bring one of my kids with me or my husband or one of my friends to help work the booth. So sometimes I'll walk around and just to see the other vendors talking with each other and laughing and enjoying. And I don't know. I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun seeing everybody work together.
Mhm.
So
Well, now, if someone's listening right now that's thinking, hey, this might be an interesting opportunity for me to, display my, I don't know, underwater boxing equipment.
Okay, great.
But whatever it might be. When it comes to setting up one of these booths, I'm assuming most of the, and you know what they say about that, but I'm assuming that most of the folks are, probably bringing a pop-up canopy, a
Yeah.
table, and things like that to be able to display their
Yeah,
work.
so you're in charge of your own booth. So we'll mark a spot for you, and then you bring your own canopy, which we would recommend just to kind of cover you and your product from whatever weather or the sun, and then your own setup. So if that's tables or chairs or boards to hang stuff on, so you're responsible for that.
Right.
You can still sign up to be a vendor. You just call Common Grounds, and if I'm not there, then they'll take your name and number, and I'll call you back.
Okay. And what's the number that people need to call?
It is 928-970-2540.
2540, okay. And again, no special time, I mean, just any normal business hours you
Yeah,
can
we're
call?
open from 6:30 to 3. So like I said, if I'm not there, then one of the girls will take a message, and then I'll give you a call back. I know we are pretty tapped out on jewelry vendors. We
Mhm.
don't want to duplicate too many of the same type of vendors just to make it a fair market for everybody.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're not, everyone's competing against each other.
Right. We don't want it to be a competition on who's better. We want everybody to kind of just enjoy themselves and not stress out about any of that type of stuff.
Well, it sounds like, an interesting mix though, because you've got jewelry, you've got clothing, you've got.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, just so a little bit of everything for all age groups.
Yeah, everywhere.
What about for the kids that get hauled along on these kind of things?
Well, there's going to be sugar cookies there. And then we have espresso
Oh,
in
yeah.
the coffee shop, so I'm sure one of the girls would love to give them a shot of espresso.
Yeah, because if they don't get wired out enough on sugar cookies,
Yeah. They're not coming home with me.
Yeah, that's right. So plan ahead on that one too. But it sounds good though. I mean, you got food, you've got, and it sounds like it's going to be a fun day of just,
Yeah.
visiting with. There'll probably be a lot of people there that you know.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's, it's just, we've really enjoyed the past market, so I'm excited to bring one.
How did this get started?
I was bored. Yeah, so,
So
Thanks.
people need to be real careful about it. When you get
that's how we
bored,
started lunches too.
Right.
So,
That's right. Now that's the other thing too with Common Grounds is, as we mentioned earlier, to begin with, it was just kind of like coffee and maybe some sweets and stuff like that, and then now you've gone into a full lunch menu.
yep, yeah, we're doing really well. So,
So if you get bored later this year, then you're getting into what, steak and seafood?
yeah,
Yeah.
yep, perfect. That's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah,
No.
sure.
Yeah, I think the first December, I don't know why I started it. I just thought it would be a good idea. We didn't have anything offered like that in town.
Right.
And so we did it, and then our second year, it was during COVID, and so I was really nervous to do it, but we pulled the trigger
awesome.
anyways, and we did it, and it was an even bigger success than the first one. So
Right.
we all social distanced, and we had the booth social distance, and luckily enough, Expedition has a huge parking lot, so it was
Yeah.
easy to accommodate
Yeah,
that.
it's a perfect setup. For
I
that
know.
kind of thing. And for people, again, if you're not familiar, that's at the corner of Colcord and Bonita in Payson. And one of the really neat things, if folks haven't checked it out, as far as Common Grounds that I've found, is not only can you get a great cup of coffee and maybe some other food to go with it, but it's a great place for like little business meetings. And
Mhm.
I've been there a number of times and just met up with somebody and we had to sit and talk for a while. And you can always find a nice quiet corner to sit, whether
Oh,
it's
yeah.
inside or outside, and you get it fixed up really nice there.
We're getting good patio weather now, so we
Yes.
have a nice
Right.
patio to be able to utilize, and we have Wi-Fi and everything else. So we're getting to that good time of year to where it's nice to be outside under the trees.
Gotta love it. And you can be out there and not have to wear your parka and everything.
Nope.
Yeah, that sounds good. Now, when it comes to getting ready for this kind of an event, Kayla, I mean, obviously you've got to hurry up and get a bunch of different items ready to display out there and everything. So there's, I imagine, a little bit of a crunch time for you just getting everything ready.
A little bit, but I had a little bit more time than I did at the December market. So
Right.
I'm starting now and I'm getting all my stuff put together, and I'm looking at having it all done a week before. So I'm pretty excited. So
Pretty good.
Well,
You're knock on wood on that
the
one.
last time it was the Friday before, and I was tagging the morning of, and
Yep.
it was fun.
Well,
But
it keeps you out
I've
of
done a
trouble.
little bit. Yes, it does. Yes, it
And your
does.
sister's going to be with you too, right?
Yep,
And
yes.
she'll have cute little
Yep.
things too. Yeah.
Yep.
Very
So I'm
cool.
bringing both my sisters along. They're adorable.
Yeah.
There you go. And as far as again, the mix of things that people can come and check out, it seems like you've got the whole gamut covered that way. So it promises to be an interesting event. You know, when it comes to you did this, you said in December. Now I would think that'd be a little chilly outside.
It wasn't.
It was beautiful.
It
It
was
was like
perfect.
50 degrees, and
I don't know what it was, but it was so perfect.
You got lucky.
Yeah, for
It was
sure.
awesome.
Well, and one nice thing about the middle of May, because this next one's coming up on May 15th, again from 9 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. Typically May we're dry and warm.
Mhm.
Typically.
Typically.
Of course, typically in December we're cold and icky,
Who
and,
knows
and you
anymore?
you got away with it last time. So maybe this year in May.
And let's just keep our
Have a
fingers
supper.
crossed. Yeah.
I agree. No, I think this promises to be great. Now, how are you getting the word? I mean, aside from, of course, the number one way to get the word out is by sitting here and talking about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, what else are you doing to get the word out about this?
Just having the vendors promote it on their own personal pages,
Mhm.
promoting it out on Facebook, the yard sale sites.
Now, most of these people run businesses out of their homes, and so they've been marketing on the web and stuff like that already. And well, that makes sense. So that should help grow the exposure exponentially, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean the best is word of mouth with anything.
Sure.
So people get the hype up and it goes from there. And social media is a great tool these days. So
That's where everything's headed these
I
days.
know.
Yep.
It's
So
pretty crazy.
and we're grateful that we were able to get on here. So
Yeah, an interesting news story just this week where was it Payson PD? They were, no, it was Coconino County Sheriff's Office. They'd had a call of possibly an endangered female along with some guy up on top of the rim, and they were got the word out through social media and also handing out little flyers, and lo and behold, these people were from Oregon and they were able to locate them. Sadly, it was not a happy ending to the story, but the point is pretty amazing what you can do through social media
yeah,
these days.
absolutely.
Very cool. Now, I assume this is, did I hear right, the third time you've done this?
Yeah, this is the first time in the spring, but
Right.
the third time altogether.
And both of the other times were in the winter?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep, both in December.
So if you can do it in December, then you should really
I mean,
be able to
that's
clean
kind
up in the summer.
That's what I'm hoping. So, and we didn't want to compete with the farmers market or anything like that. So we are doing it the weekend before the farmers market started, so
Oh,
they can
nice.
have their own time to shine because they're great. So
Well, what a great community mind you have on that, because I think a lot, there's some people that might not even consider that. So hats off to you for that.
thanks.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean I love the farmers market and I
Yeah.
love John and Lorian and stuff like that. So for me here in town, and it's running my own small business and then managing another small business and stuff like that, is there's so much room in Payson for everybody, and nothing has to be a competition.
Right.
And so if we all just kind of are like-minded and work together, then it could be really great. And so that's why we decided to do it the weekend before the farmers market started. So
Now, how many days a week is Common Grounds open?
7 days a week.
7 every
Yep.
day. Wow.
Mhm.
So no sense asking what you do in your spare time.
No, I have 4 kids, so it's either,
Definitely
it's
no
either the
spare
coffee
time.
shop or home.
Yep, I hear you.
So
Well, very cool. So now the normal operating hours for Common Grounds
6:30 to 3 every day.
every day, 7
Every
days a
day.
week.
Yep.
So get on down there and check that out when you get a chance. But also, don't forget that coming up on May 15th, again from 9 until 2, they'll be doing this great little deal out in the parking lot there. We have a chance to check out a lot of different vendors as Common Grounds has their spring market. And how many different vendors did you say?
I believe we have 13 or 14 right now.
Right.
And then we're still accepting some.
And if you're doing jewelry, maybe not.
Correct. Yeah.
Is that the only thing
it's
you're
not
kind
that we
of
don't
over-
want you, we just don't want to muddy the waters too
Sure.
much either.
But is that the only thing that you've got potential duplication of thus
Yeah,
far?
I mean, our art vendors, they're so diverse already.
Yeah,
that,
art can go a lot of different
right.
directions.
So like we have, like I said earlier, the Alm Blade sisters that specialize in watercolor, and then one of them specializes in acrylic, and then we have Jordan who specializes in digital art. So I mean, they're two very different things, and
Right.
even the jewelry we have are different. But I feel like if we get any more of that, then it'll just be too much.
Very
so,
cool. Very
but
cool.
yeah,
And as a matter of fact, when it comes to digital art, there's so many different directions you can go with that stuff these days. I know my granddaughter just got married here a week ago.
That's so exciting.
To someone that we all know here.
Yep.
Anyway. Between Chance and Stephanie, it was just excuse me, and Haley. I'm thinking of Haley's mom. I'm so old. At any rate, between the two of them, we've got some great pictures and blowing them up on large canvases and stuff.
love
I mean,
it.
it's amazing what you can do with digital art these days.
yeah, I'm so excited for him. Chance actually used to work for us too. So
Yeah.
it was.
He's
I
a good
love
guy. Don't
seeing
let
the
anyone
pictures.
fool you.
No, he's a good guy.
He's not a bad guy at all. And
Your
of course,
granddaughter picked a good one.
yeah. Well, every once in a while she makes a mistake and does that.
Mm.
But yeah, she's a good kid all the way around. So again, just to reiterate now, again, this spring market taking place at the in the parking lot at the Expedition Church there at the corner of Colcord and Bonita, and it's right out in front of Common Ground. It's a great little coffee shop that if you haven't checked out, you owe it to yourself to do that one of these days. But this is coming up on May 15th, again from 9 until 2, and if perhaps you're thinking that you'd like to get involved with it, from the standpoint of a vendor, well, there might still be room for you. You can give Ashley Morris a call. She's the manager at Common Grounds and the one spearheading this thing. She can be reached at 928-970-2540. It's 2540. And hopefully, I mean, you've got a big enough parking lot there where
Yeah, let's fill it up.
you could take on a bunch more.
Yes.
Okay. So if you perhaps you've been making full-size Zeppelins at home or something, there's still room for you there as well. Again, that phone number to call 928-970-2540. Otherwise, just plan on being down there on the 15th. This sounds like it's going to be a bunch of fun.
It will be. Yeah.
And there's going to be food.
And there will be food.
That's my favorite part right there. Well, ladies, best of luck. If there's anything else that we can do to help get the word out, let us know.
Yeah, thank you.
And we wish you all the best on that. Meanwhile, we got to get you back to more of your favorite music. Have some tunes coming up from Leonard Skinner, Steely Dan, The Who, John Hyatt, and a whole bunch more. But first, a quick look at RIM Country weather.
Now here's the KRIM weather forecast.
Thank you.
Just like that. Did that work okay for you?